Hello viewers, welcome to the new sewing hub. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how to fix the neck of a shirt as you are seeing in this video. So if you're a new viewer, please, or a returning viewer, you are welcomed. Kindly click the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell. So first of all, this is the shirt that you'll be working with. First of all, we are going to measure the neck round so as to get the actual measurement that you'll be working with. Remember, I started at the end. Now just watch closely how I measure it. Also remember to click the like button and also comment. Just comment anything so that other people that is in need of this video can also see it. Just like the video. Now we are still measuring it. Just watch closely, guys. So the measurement that we have here is 17.3 quarter. 17.3 quarter. So this is the gum set that I'll be working with. Remember, this English mouth is not we are not going to be working with it, so we are going to cut it out. We won't be making use of it. So guys, just watch closely. Remember, it's 17.3 quarter or 17.3 quarter, something like that. Anyway that you do call your own, but I'll make it 18. Like our main destiny is 17.3 quarter, so I'll add I'll make it to be 18. So for the length, be measuring 1.1 inch, 1.18, or just any way that you do feel safe calling it. So also at the middle of it, 1.18 or 1.1, just that way. Now we'll be cutting it out with our scissors. Just watch closely, guys. I would have used my hand to just draw it, but if I use my hand to draw it, it won't be straight. So that's why I decided to work with my scissors. Remember, this gum set is not that strong, because if you are working with that strong one, it won't give you this exact neck that we are cutting. It won't give you the exact distance that we are cutting. So buy anyone that is a bit light. So now see, guys, see, I'm going to give you that C shape. Just watch closely, guys. This video will really help you. Remember, I made it to be 8, so we are going to shift the hand a bit, just small, so that you also be that 17.3 quarter. Remember, just that's what I'm using my scissors to explain. Just watch closely, guys. Just shift your hand a bit. Just something like that. Now make the C shape. You can just any shape that you can also do block from, but I prefer making it a C shape. Like for mine, for my own, you can also do it any way that you want. But this C shape is more senior. So we are done with this one. This is the result I got. So this one now is for the upper part, the upper collar. So for the upper collar, we'll be measuring 2.2 inch or 2.28. That's okay. Let's just say 2.2 inch so that you guys will understand better. Remember, that's how I give me. This one is the down part. Oh, this one now is the down part. Remember, I measured 1.1 inch and this one now we will minus 2 inch from it. We will minus 2 inch from this one now. So this one will be 15.3 quarter. 15.3 quarter. Remember, the other one is 18, like 17.3 quarter. So I minus 2 inch so that it will give me that perfect shape that I'm looking for. So now cut it. Remember, I minus 2 inch. So this one now is just 2.2 inch, and this side now, this side gave me that exact 2.2 inch that I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold it so that it will be that nice. Just watch closely, guys. I've cut it out. Just watch closely, guys. I've cut it. Everything is now 2.2 inches. Now let's give it that slanting shape. It is 3/4. I measured 3/4. It's not up to 1 inch. I measured 3/4 for it. Now let me use my chalk as an illustration. I'm going to just cut it this way. I'm going to cut it. Okay, let me something like this now. Just watch closely, guys. Although there are many ways to cut it though, but I prefer this one now. Now this other end that is closed, we are also going to measure a 3/4 inch. Now we are going to curve it. Just pay attention to this part, because some people make a lot of mistake here now. Why cutting the sleeve for the neck? Just pay close attention here. See, I'm going to do it with my scissors. Have you seen it? That's 3/4. Remember, it's 3/4. Why here is also 3/4. Some people do make use of this one now, like when they are ironing it, they will add it so that to make it to be more thick, but I prefer to sew just this way. Now see the result that we have gotten so far. This one is, remember, I minus 2 inch from the upper one so that it will give me this result now that we are seeing. I minus 2 inch. Now let's get to the ironing. So this is our fabric. Let me just give you guys a little tip. So this cloth now has letters on it and also numbers. So when you are cutting it, or when you are ironing it, or when you are cutting your cloth, just make sure that it faces the upper part of it, and you gum the down part of it. Just make sure that the alphabets are facing upwards. If somebody now gum this cloth this way, now is now wrong. The alphabet will be facing downwards. So for now, for this particular cloth now, we'll be gumming the down part of it. Remember, this English mouth we are not going to be making use of it. So this is how we are going to be placing. Remember, we are gumming the down part of the collar. Now remember, I give half of an inch from the end of the cloth. Just watch closely, guys. Remember, I give half of an inch from the fabric to where I'm doing my gumming, because I'll still fold it. And now we have already gummed our clothes. It's now very, very strong. So see what I'm going to do to this side now. Remember, it's now very stiff. We are going to push it. We are going to use our iron and bend it just this way now. Just this. Have you seen what I'm doing there? Just make it to lap to the small. Remember, it's the smaller collar that I'm using to fold, or that I'm folding. Now we are done. Now let's use our scissors and cut it out. Remember, when you are cutting it, also give half of an inch at the top. Just watch how I did mine. Remember, have you seen it? I gave also half of an inch from the top. Give half of an inch. Have you seen it? That's the half of an inch is for the sewing. Now let's gum the bigger one. That's the upper collar. Remember, you also do the same thing like the letters now. So also to the upper one. And let's gum it. Now we are done with the gumming. Now what you are going to do is this same upper fabric. Now we are going to place it on that cloth that you are sewing, and also cut that exact material. So like this one I've already done. Now is now 2. Now you also do the same thing to the smaller collar. just I'm going to do an illustration in this one now. So have you seen it? I have placed it on top of the fabric. Now I will use my scissors and cut it out. Just what does that exact testing, don't short it. That exact this thing that is what you are going to cut. Just both the small one and the bigger one, just that same thing. Now let's get to the sewing. Now this, just pay close attention here now. This way now, just pay close attention now. This is the right side of the fabric. The right side of the fabric will be facing the right side of this fabric, like both right side will be touching each other. Just pay close attention, because if you make a mistake here, you don't make mistake with that too. Now let's start sewing. Remember, we are going to start from that slanting and also sew the place that we gave the curve, because we'll be turning it from that straight side. Now let's start our sewing. Remember, don't sew very close to the stiff neck. Just give a little chance there, just a little gap when you are doing your sewing. Just a little gap. I'm also going to show you guys. You just let's say 1/4. It will be cool that way. 1/4 inch. I'm which I thought 1/4 abi. Sorry guys, 1/8 actually. Just star one something in a measuring tape. Just small something. Have you seen me, guys? Just something like this. Don't sew very close to the fabric. Now we're almost done. Just pay close attention now. In this place now, you just draw the fabric so that it will be equal, so that one won't be that small than the other. Now also remember to stitch it. Now when you're done, you just now cut it with your scissors. Don't cut too close to where you have already sewn your thread though, so that it would loosen. Also remember to click the subscribe button on my channel, like it will be showing on your screen. And also remember to like this video so that other people that is in need of it will also benefit from this particular video. Now we are done cutting it, so we are going to fold it. You just use your scissors small. Now see the tip of our this thing. Have you seen how in it? Remember to subscribe. Click the subscribe button, guys. So now let's sew it. You don't just sew it very close to the tip. Just watch where I'm sewing mine. Now let me turn it. And also when sewing this part, make sure that your hand is straight, because it also helps to make your work to be neat. Now we are done sewing it. Now for this side, you just use your hand to identify, to check where the stiff measurement is. As you can see, my hand is placed at the fabric, so what you are going to do now, you just trim it out. Like I sewed on top, like on top of that straight part on that stiff neck. So the next thing you're going to do, you are going to trim it, then fold it into two and give it a little notch so that you know the center. So for the smaller collar, what you are going to do here is you are going to sew this part that you have already folded, because I'll be sewing from the front. I'll be sewing from the front of the clothes. Just make sure that it touches that half of an inch that you folded inside. I've started my sewing. Now I'm done with the sewing. So for this part now, that half of an inch is much. Although if it's for beginners, that's why I give that half of an inch. But you can just trim it a little, trim it just a little, like I'm doing in my own video. Why I say that half of an inch, in case you made a mistake when you are doing your sewing. Okay, now this is the actual descent. So the next thing you're going to do is this. Make sure now that the two stiff are touching together. Don't mind the cloth, just the two stiff are touching together. Now you just give it a little notch, so that you know the center. Now we have already given it a little notch. Now the next thing you are going to do is to get the other fabric. Now the second part of that smaller collar, remember that 8 p.m. will now be facing me. That number 8 will be facing me, so that when you turn it, it will just face the other part. Now for this place, some people do make a lot of mistakes. So the place that you gum your stiff will be facing the upper part. Here now I gum my sleeve. Why this other part now is that other fabric that I joined. Now what you are going to do here is you now place the smaller collar. Also make it so that place that you notched to be together. Let's just adjust it a little so that I won't be sewing that English mouth side. Make sure that that notch is together. So we are going to start sewing from that place that we notched. Just pay close attention, because we are almost at the end of this video. Now have you seen how I curved it? Have you seen how I curved mine? Now I'm going to sew the other side of it. Just when you're sewing it, make sure that the three pieces that you're sewing are this one, the bigger collar and the smaller collar will be together, so that to give you that accurate distance that you're sewing. Now for here, make sure that this remaining bigger collar now is also same with this one. Now it's very, very necessary. Now we are done now. So some people do make a lot of mistake at this part. They do stop their sewing somewhere here now, somewhere here, which is very, very wrong. It won't give you that distance. But I sewed mine to the end. So the next thing you are going to do is you are going to like cut it out. Remember, give a little gap from where you sewed your thread. Now we'll cut it out. Now also cut the other end. When you are done cutting it, you just fold it out. Fold your fabric. See what I did there? I just folded it out. Now we're also going to fold the other end. So this is the result that you have gotten so far. So now you are going to be joining it to your shirt. If this is actually your first time of sewing this kind of collar, you really need to work with your iron so that your work will look neat. But I won't be ironing my own, because this has actually been my profession. So give it a thorough ironing, but I didn't iron my own actually. Just click the subscribe button, guys, because it's actually part of like encouraging me. So for this side now, make sure that it's equal. Make sure that it's equal, so that now we start sewing it. Well, remember, it's that is that open space that you'll be sewing. You'll be that open space that you'll be sewing. Remember that folded part, you won't sew on top of it. Remember, I just stopped halfway of the shirt collar. I didn't sew it to the end so that it won't come out at the top of it. So I'm going to start from the other end. I'm starting from the other end. Make sure that the collar and the shirt it's equal, like I'm doing just now. Now I'll place it in my sewing machine. Make sure that it's equal. Just watch how I do my sewing. Now let me give you guys a little tip. When you're sewing this other part, you just shift it inside, shift it inside so that your thread won't touch it. You just sew. What you guys have actually stop at where I stitched now, where I stopped halfway is now complete. So also remember to be cutting your thread because it helps to make your work look more presentable. Now see the result that you have gotten so far. Now see the next step that you are going to take. Just pay close attention, guys. This place now, see what you're going to just push it inside. You push it inside and make sure that the thread now won't be showing. Make sure that the thread won't be showing. But although some people do make the thread to show, but I don't really like it that way. I don't really like it that way. So I am now doing my sewing. You'll be pushing it inside and you'll be sewing. Don't push it too much so that so that the thread will also touch at the other end, like the back side of it. Click the subscribe button, guys. It's actually a way of encouraging me or saying thank you. See how it is. See what, guys, I'm almost at this other end, so I'm also going to like push this other end inside. Just watch how I sew it. We're almost at the end of this video. We are almost at this other end. See how I'm going to curve it. Although also remember to stitch it before you like turn your thread. Remember to stitch it so that it won't tear something. And more preferable, use tiny stitching when sewing this side, like when sewing any collar, just any cloth that you have, so just make use of tiny stitches. Now we are done with the sewing. See the result that you have gotten so far. Also click the subscribe button, also like this video, also comment, guys, because this is the result that you have gotten. So when you're about ironing your clothes, you just this way now, you just iron it this way, just this way, guys, this way now, you just iron it this way. So this is the result that you have gotten, guys. Click the subscribe button, like the video, and also comment, share also, so that it will also reach more people. It's your boy Uchechukwu. See you guys in my next video. Bye.